Today's Risco Tech Tip video is going to focus on basic screen operation for the continuous stuffing mode, the portion stuffing mode, as well as program entry and naming. When you first turn on the machine and energize it, you will come to this screen, which is your portion mode. S5 is our selector switch to change from portion mode, which is indicated by these portions on top. If I press S5, I will then go to the continuous stuffing mode. Now has the solid link shown on top. In continuous stuffing mode, we have two areas we can adjust programming. Number one, or R1, is our pump speed. That is a percentage from 0 to 100. Number two is our rotor return, or our pullback, and that is in grams. The reason for that is as you let off of the stuffer, many of you have experienced when you let off the knee lever on your water stuffer or hydraulic stuffer, you get a little bit of product that still comes out the end of the horn. That's what this will eliminate. By setting R2 to, say, 10 grams, when the unit is done stuffing and you release the knee lever, it will then reverse the rotor slightly to take the pressure off so no additional product comes out the horn. We're going to go back into the portioning mode by hitting S5. Every time I change modes, you'll notice the vacuum pump starts. That is normal. That's indicated here by S4, which is our vacuum pump on and off. Continuing across the bottom, S3 is a screen scroll, which will take you to more advanced screens. For today's purposes, we're going to stay on the main screen. S2 is the knee lever operation. When the unit is white, the knee lever will function on and off. As you press the lever, it will produce product. You let go, it will stop. If you turn it gray, it's now an on-off switch. Press the knee lever, the unit will start producing portions. Press it again, it will stop. Keep in mind when it stops, it's still going to give you the balance of the portion that it's on. So don't be alarmed that it doesn't stop right away. S1 is our program selection. We can have 1 through 99 programs in the unit. Moving to the top, R1 is our pump speed. Again, that's in percentage, so from 0 to 100%. R2 is the same like we just discussed, the rotor return. R3 is our portion size in grams. R4 is our pause between portions in hundredths of a second. And R5 is our twister speed, again in a percentage from 0 to 100%. Behind R1 and R5 are additional acceleration parameters. By pressing R1 twice, you can see this ramp. We have the same thing behind R5. What that is the acceleration of either the pump or the twister drive. So if I have it set to 1, like we have currently, it's going to go from 0 to our setting, in this case 20% speed, in one jump. If I set it to 2, it's going to break that in half. So it'll accelerate 0, 10%, 20%, etc. for 3 and 4, just dividing that acceleration or slowing the acceleration. This can be handy if you're working with a delicate product or a delicate casing so that it slowly fills that portion, likewise on the twisting. Coming across the center, the N with the arrow up is a piece counter. So in the test program, it's produced 8 pieces. The hour meter is in the center. It currently has 1.2 hours on this machine. This is a piece countdown that you could set, that you can give it exactly 100 portions and the machine will stop. This is pieces per minute. So as the machine is running, this will give you an indication of how many portions per minute you're producing. This is pump pressure in percentage. So based on the product you're running, it will give you an idea of how much load the machine is under. And this is our vacuum percentage, again from 0 to 99. To adjust any of the parameters, we tap it once, we punch in the value we desire, and press enter. So I just changed the pump speed from 20% to 80%. My rotor return or pullback. Likewise, same adjustments for the top 5 buttons. If we would like to name a program, let's go ahead and rename program number 1. To do that, you'll press S1 one time and press and hold it. You'll then see the word test move to the side, and I can now rename it. This is like old school texting. So we'll scroll through. My plus and minus are the space keys. C key will clear it. So we'll say this is going to be a 1 pound program to give me 1 pound chubs. Once I've got the title in that I'm after, I press the enter key, and this is now my 1 pound program. At this point, I can go through and make my program adjustments. My pump speed when I'm filling bulk packages at 80 is a good speed. My return needs to be very minimal on a bulk package. We'll set that at 5. Again, my weight is in portions, so 440 grams is approximately 1 pound. My pause between portions, I'm going to set to 100 hundredths of a second. So that means it's set to 1 second. The reason I do that is if you happen to slip and tap the knee lever again, instantly after you've already pressed it, it's not going to give you a second portion. This forces you to wait 1 second between every time you hit the knee lever, which will work out just fine for bulk packages. My twister speed I'm going to set to 0 because again it's a bulk package. I don't have the twister on and don't need it engaged. If I want to create a second program, I can hit S1, now enter 2, so now I'm on program number 2. I can also utilize the plus and minus keys to scroll through my programs so I don't have to remember which one is in which space. If I hit the S1 button and scroll through, it will give me the titles of each one as I scroll through. Again, to enter a program, tap once, tap again, and I can now enter in, we'll make this one a 1.5 pound program. The 0 will scroll through special characters. So again, enter in my parameters, 80 for my pump speed, 5 on my return. This is going to come out to roughly 660 grams. My pause between portions again at 100 hundredths of a second, and my twister speed at 0. That concludes naming a program and entering the parameters.